Well, folks, hello everybody, hello. Hello. What a lovely, lovely Friday afternoon. Or morning, or, yeah. What gets worse? Everything, but mainly, some of the LD shop stuff. I'll be covering that at the end of the stream. Well, not at the end, but rather towards, like, the end of my backlog of tweets. We're talking about a lot of stuff today. There's more takes that I want to debate, and there's more stuff on the Genshin uprising that we've got going on, right? The absolute joke of a situation that we got going on. I think that's absolutely hilarious that that's still going on. And the fact is, it's been resolved, but not in the way that you guys would think. Well, actually, it probably is in the way that you guys would think. But, yeah, we've got a bit to do today. I'm literally just exporting my new stream music because apparently, right, my previous stream, if you guys watched that, the VOD, I had to mute all the parts with the... What's it called? With the Witcher 3 OST in it. The Fields of Ard Skellig. Because somebody is going around copyright claiming the Fields of Ard Skellig as their own music. Like, somebody who doesn't have the rights to it is doing that. And I genuinely hate it so much. I've had it so many times throughout my YouTubing career. When somebody's got, like, open access music, and then somebody else basically abuses YouTube's copyright claim feature, and just claims everything with that music in. Literally, someone can pitch shift it and claim it as their own, and YouTube will actually let them do that. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. That is my pet peeve. This happened like this started years and years ago. But hello everyone. Oh, I'm so blurry again. Jesus Christ, man. Also, how is that for music? How is that for music, by the way? While the webcam does its thing. Is it a bit too loud or a bit too quiet? Stretched AF. Slightly, you know. Why is it done that? Why has it done that? That looks weird as hell. Alright. Right, let's just do that. Okay. Webcam needs fixing immediately. Why is it doing that? Can you stop blurring, brother? Yeah, I'm wide Putin right now. There we go. Is that better? Thank God. Jesus Christ. It wasn't focusing at all. Just the quick turn on and turn off should do. Neon limited resolution. Yeah, I should put the quality down as well of the microphone, so it's just like... Yeah. So, we've got a bit of old stuff to go through as well, because I completely forgot to cover this when it actually happened. And it kind of just blows some arguments out the water that I've been doing. Well, that I've been covering in the previous streams, right? So, here. How is that for wideness, by the way? Needs to come in a bit. There we go. Okay. So this tweet was made by Arachnos quite a while ago. It was April 3rd, so it's over a month ago now. But it's still relevant, right? It's still very much relevant. They basically put up a graph of character involvements per patch story, right? Look at this. He's done a key of all the characters, right? Right, he's done the key of all the characters. And look at this. Obviously, 2.7 is going to have the biggest peak. Look at 3.1. Look at how many characters feature in 3.1 and 3.2. 2.6 Augustin, fair enough, right? 2.5 Frolova. I can't tell with the colors. The colors might need to be differentiated a bit. But this just goes to show, character involvement patch-wise, there you go. Immediate proof that, guys, we do have character involvements in patches. After their banners end, well, why would we have like the likes of Gian and Calculator and Mortefi and fucking Lahai Roy? But yeah, it was just the response to this tweet by Arbiter saying, basically, present banner character, which was Siggy at the time, I think. Main character, Rover. Previous banner character, Luke. And future banner character, Lucilla. Coming in 3.4. But there you go. Do I need to talk about this? Fuck no. So I'm on to the next one now. Okay. Is this... Okay. This is another little tidbit. How would other games look like? Ooh. I'd like to know, actually, like the Genshin charts. They're probably a bit higher. But for people to treat WuWa as like a solely banner character story game is crazy. But this is another one, right? This is, again, the Denia voice line. And I actually have something else to add to this, right? This is the Denia voice line, and it just shows a bit of hypocrisy. We're getting a bit of like starters before we get into the nitty-gritty details of a lot of the stuff today. But the tweet is unavailable, so let's go to the OG tweet. So, remember, I covered this Linnea clip here.
Open the door.
Except it's not capturing it. Hang on. One sec, guys. Okay.
Open the door.
And I said, I'm going to be the bigger man and not say anything. So, then this person here says, WuWa Twitter will grasp at straws to dunk on Genshin's voice acting in retaliation to people rightfully pointing out how bad WuWa's voice direction is. Oh my god, I've never seen a more insecure fandom. Okay, rightfully, wrong. Immediately. I think the voice line was fine. Yes, they changed it, which could mean like, oh, well, I was right, they changed it. Only because it got absolutely hounded, right? That they changed it. And Amanda Rochelle, Cartathia's ENVA, actually spoke on it. And I will quickly get that up after I finish this little thread here. But then, to point out some hypocrisy, right? The same person, basically, this clip was the one that's taken out of context, right? Trying to shit on the Denia voice line. This person said, people writing think pieces over this? Oh my god, laugh a little. Basically saying, oh, just shrug it off, right? Basically, shoes on the other foot type of shit, Shoes on the other foot. Look how they react. So, that's that, right? Koala did a real own there. So, let me just go to my profile now. And... a lovely Galbrenner cosplay, by the way. Where is it? Here we go. Let me just put the music off. The Queen is speaking!
Denia or Carthia, you don't this, especially if you have like a dainty character like Denia or Carthia, you don't want them to go like, like that seems weird, right? So you have to try and find this compromise where you get like that grit, but without losing the sweetness of the character's voice. And it's actually quite hard. Just like in defense of my fellow VAs, it's really hard, especially if you're projecting and you're projecting in a high voice. So like I would struggle to do that line because it's like ashes to ashes, but then you're also trying to like get the grit in there. So it's very easy to construct. So that's a hard line to do. So I think she did that really well.
Exactly,
yeah, like,
guys.
This is what I mean. Like low, if you were going for realistic voices, like, if someone actually punched me in the stomach in real life, I wouldn't go like, ugh, I would go like, ugh. Like, real efforts aren't pretty, right? So in a game that's going for realism, like Battlefield, you want it to sound ugly. But in a game like this, where it's stylized combat, you want it to sound like it had impact, but you still want the character to sound pretty. So it's a very different approach. And it's just sometimes there's a little bit of a mind like, ooh, because it's like doing the, you know, two different things at the same time, because you're keeping the bright character voice, but you're also getting the grit of the effort, and it's a little difficult.
The Blessed Maiden has spoken! She also gave some context. This club was part of a longer conversation about efforts, and just one example of vocal effort choices discussed. The point was that people have different style preferences, and what works for one setting/character isn't always appropriate in another. So disagreement on stylistic choices is valid, but can be expressed kindly. Just, you know, just giving her the full, what she said as well. The Blessed Maiden has spoken! And there you go. Even though they did end up changing it, I think the new line doesn't sound bad at all, right? Because she sounds like more like giving up agony, more like the first line, ashes to ashes, like that. It was more like a struggle agony, like fighting against it. While this one now is like ashes to ashes, like a giving up type of agony, if that makes sense. I'm not a voice actor, by the way, but that to me that's just what it sounds like. But anyways, yeah, those are the starters. I think we're going on to the main stuff now. No, we have another starter. April 24th. I've not covered this because I guess I just didn't have... You know, I like to group these together to sort of make a whole sort of video about them, but yeah, whatever. Just getting through the backlog here. If you guys remember, the Genshin live stream? There was a Genshin live stream around this time, April 24th, I guess. And they said this. Something about, you know, graphics improvement, all that stuff. Could mean leaving behind players on low-end or even mid-range devices. And that's something we aren't willing to do. Excuse me for 1 second, guys. Let me just get an image up. Let me just get an announcement up here. And that's all, ladies and gentlemen. That's all, folks. That's all, folks. Honestly, no, but seriously though, the WuWa shade, lads. Yes, Wuthering Waves is unoptimized, absolutely, but this isn't taking a dig at WuWa, right? Leaving out, you know, lower and mid-range devices. First of all, it's not a dig at WuWa. I think optimization is a very important part of a game, and I think developers take pride in their optimizations of their games, first of all. And second of all, you literally end of serviced on PS4 because the game was getting too heavy for it. Brother, there is no the WuWa shade here. You can't be popping shots at WuWa for that. You can't. I'm sorry. Yes, the game is unoptimized. Absolutely. No debate about that. But you can't be popping shots at WuWa when you actually have left PS4 in the dust. Granted, is Genshin on Xbox One? Is it on the OG Xbox One? Is it? Hang on. I'm not educated enough. Guys, let me educate myself real quick. Is Genshin Impact on Xbox One? But only via Xbox Cloud Gaming with a Game Pass Ultimate. Okay, yeah. It's not supported on older Xbox One hardware. Yeah. Oh, Sharafath, you got the, you saw me with the chart. Yeah? That'd be great, actually. Yeah. I don't know how you'd send it to me, though. Unless you're just going to tweet it. But I think, if it's like, in my Discord or something, that'd be great. Because honestly, that would actually be really useful. Because whenever somebody just whips out that, oh, characters don't return, you can just whip out that patch and then chart, and then boom. Done. Hang on, I'm just putting in my Discord that I'm live because, again, my live streaming bot is asleep again. It's actually so bad. I need to get a new bot in. But yeah, this one... Oh, hang on. Sorry. This one, you can't really be... You can't say, oh, the WuWa shade. You've left PS4 in the dust. On Twitter. Okay, hang on. Let me have a look at that real quick. I'm not going to expose my search results, though. Hang on, I'll go into my bookmarks. Because you are in there from the previous one. Here we go. Got something to hide? Yeah, my privacy. Ah, here we go. It's pinned on your profile. Okay, let's have a look then. I think it's a lot better, actually. Definitely very, very better in terms of, like, what's the word? Discerning which characters are which, right? Have people seen the new leaks? I have, but I can't discuss them. I can't discuss them. As a CC, I cannot. So, yeah. All I can say is they look pretty good, actually. But anyways. Yeah. Look at 3.1's inclusion, by the way. Thanks to that little event. Thanks to that event, so many characters got included. But yeah, this is good. I'm going to retweet this, actually. I'm going to retweet this. This is really good, actually. This can happen every phase. If this can happen every phase, then great. Oh, Heineken, don't worry about thingy, by the way. Don't worry about deleting, like, those types. Names are fine. Just talking about, like, designs or anything like about that, then, yeah. Names are fine. But I think, like, designs, images, anything like that, that's fine. Leaks about what? Just the upcoming 3.5 characters. But yeah, that's all I can speak about. Because the thing is, I don't search them. They just appear on my feed every single fucking time. If I go onto my homepage right now, I can risk being sued to shit. I can't go on my Twitter homepage. I can't. I actually can't. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. But yeah, this graph is brilliant. This graph is brilliant. Thank you for letting me know about this one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The Genshin Impact Uprising Rebellion is getting even worse. Now, a few days ago, I covered this on a video, right? Talking about how the Genshin fans started to review bomb any platform that they could because of their absolute absurd pull amount. You know, like 64 free-to-play pulls in a patch with a double banner. It gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. So, Kaito, who's been keeping up with this, says, Genshin Impact Discord mods started banning people who were complaining about the rewards. Genshin reviews are back to 4.5 on the Play Store, and they started removing negative reviews too. Google Classroom banned words like Genshin and rewards in some regions. Obviously, this is just a screenshot of Google Play, I'm pretty sure. And then here we go. Screenshot here. They banned me for saying things like, the rewards aren't good. I wasn't even insulting anyone. You're going down Hoyoverse. Oh, God. Yeah, there are some regions where the rating is lower, but it does depend on the region. Like, let me just go to Genshin on Google Play Store for my region, right, and just have a look, right? Let's have a look, shall we? Google Play Store. I'm pretty sure there's a web. Yeah, there's a web store. Hang on. Godshin Impact. Godshin. Let's get Godshin up. Ooh! It's at a 3.5, ladies and gentlemen. It is at a 3.5. Wow. Look at that. Wow, wow, wow. Let's just type up Wuthering Waves, actually. Let's just see how much, what review that is. 4.4. Hey. Hey. That's brilliant. Well done, guys. Well done, guys. Well done. Oh, dear. This whole situation is hilarious, man. But yeah, this is only the tip of the iceberg again because it gets even worse. In the Genshin live stream, was this? What live stream is this? Like 6.6 or 6.7? Which live stream was it? Before I go any further, which live stream was it? 6.6. Okay. This is the Genshin 6.6 live stream. And look at the chat. Let me just zoom in, actually, so you guys can see. Look at the chat. It's just all L's, L's, tomatoes, L's, L's, bare minimum, L's, L's. Give us skip button. Oh, look at all this shit. Oh. Guys. Honestly, right? This is brilliant. I love Community Uprising, right? This is just brilliant. And it gets even worse. Doro44. You know, Doro saying, I wish for a world where free-to-play players can get enough wishes for at least soft pity per patch instead of the usual 65-ish. Whoo! Whoo! You know, it's bad when the CC starts speaking up about it as well. But guys, Dexerto covered it as well. Genshin Impact players frustrated with the upcoming rewards in the game have review bombed Hoyoverse's office on Google Maps. Community members say free-to-play users are being left out. This is Hoyoverse's HQ, and they are review bombing it. The thing is, this is all well and good. This is all well and good, right? It's all well and good. But they will play the game the next day. And some of them will still spend money. They'll play the game the next day and then they'll spend money. And then they'll eat up the next patch. As soon as Snezhnaya comes out, they'll eat it up again. There will be nobody on this earth that will quit the game for over a month, right, to actually, like, do this boycott. Because we had this shit around Natlan as well, didn't they? We had this shit about Natlan, where, oh wow, I forgot what they were boycotting for, but they were boycotting, and then it just never happened, right? Nothing happened. It's hypocrisy. Why, what is review bombing the office of Hoyoverse going to do? Genuinely. Go to the climate change process while riding a plane home. Yeah, pretty much. KTSN boycotted for over a year now, doing your part. Hell, that's brilliant. Well done. Congratulations. To be honest, if you're boycotting for a year, I think that means you're just quitting. I would like to thank Kuro for saving me from the Hoyo hellhole. Glory to Kuro. EOS equals era of Solon. Oh my god. Current situation of Genshin Impact players who are part of the one-star Genshin movement but still plays the game. Yep, that's a really good visual representation, actually. They'll play like they're behind bars, but the next day they'll just walk out. Honestly. But guys, it doesn't end there. Now, if you guys remember, what happened? The live stream. Guess what? What's this? Holy Cinema, my angel. Holy shit, that was amazing. Fine's name dropped. She said Fanes, right? Please tell me I was the only one that heard that. First ever spoken mention of Fanes by naming Genshin. Holy shit, Absolute Cinema. What happened to the boycott, guys? Because of this. The Nicole character teaser. You know, the character that's coming out in 6.6, right? Yeah, right? Like... and then they're just back to glazing it. Granted, you can say, well, you know, it's different people, swings and roundabouts. But let's just have a look, right? This is brilliant. I like this, actually. The preview is great, but 64 wishes aren't enough to get Nicole. Bring back 4-star weapons and increase the rewards. Actually, I like that. I like that the top 2 posts are boycott posts. So there are still people out there. But the problem is that it's just all disappeared. No. Look at this one. 64 pulls aren't enough. Oh my fucking god, they are enough. You're not forced to pull every banner for every patch. You're just a meta slave if you do it. Oh my god. You idiot, man. It takes 3 patches to save for a guarantee if it is 60 pulls per patch. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is why the game will never change, because you have delusional people like this. You have delusion infecting everything. Oh my days, man. Oh my god. But yeah, here we go. Here we go. This one's nice, doing my part. But for the most of it, it's glaze. For the most of it, it's glaze. We deserve better, that's brilliant. Fane's name dropped. Glaze, 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 glaze. Oh, no, not glaze, sorry. Can't wait for the boycott to post their pulls. Oh, yeah. Not glaze, but also, like, calling out hypocrisy, so they're right. Isn't things like fine on or whatever? Like, there's going to be a fine on XP again. Like, hello? So, Kazlana, fine on, and now there's going to be another fine on XP. Guys, this is lazy. It's not even in the Honkai universe. That's the main question. That's the main question. It's not even in a Honkai universe. So why is there an XP? A fine on in there? Am I uneducated? Like, am I stupid? Like, am I saying stuff that is uneducated? Because why is a fine on XP in Genshin Impact when it's not even in the Honkai universe, right? Genshin is in a bubble universe of Honkai. Oh my goodness me. So they can literally reuse all the Star Rail designs and put them into Genshin. And it will be fine. Oh dear. We love multiverses. Yeah, but this is the problem, right? Let me speak plainly on this now. Enough of the bullshit. You boycott the game. Some of you will. But the problem is that too many people are sucked into the game. Too many people have sunken cost fallacy, the emotional attachment. Too many people have this stuff now to where any boycott doesn't matter. The game is invincible. It is. Hang on, guys. I need to do a joke here. Wait 1 second, guys. Okay, this will look better on the highlights video. But yeah, as I said, the game is indestructible. You could say it's yeah, that'll look better on the VOD, trust me. Well, not on the VOD, sorry, on the highlights. And that's the worst part. The game's invincible now. Where you can't... Are you sure? the game's invincible now to a point where you actually just can't boycott. No boycott will ever affect it because the revenue is too high. Because there are people like this that will eat it up. They can be cognizant of the 60 pulls, and they can either defend it or just not speak about it. Some people do defend it. It's a far cry from what it used to be, much lower revenue these days. Yeah, true. But the problem is, Genshin got the V1. Oh my god. But the thing is, right, when they've got Genshin, Star Rail, Zenless, you know, these 3 titles going, raking in millions, they can afford to just maybe drop a bit of revenue on Genshin because, oh well, we'll just make Star Rail have more predatory practices and get more money. Guys, why do you think Star Rail is now the top earner? Like, it got 100 million in 1 month, don't forget. If the Sensor Tower is to be believed. Which I don't think it is. But, let me speak plainly now. From an actual neutral perspective here, not like to hate on the Genshin community, right? In order to enact change, you need to come together as a community. Not just a few of you, not just like review bombing stuff. You actually need to stop, you know, you need to stop like doing these performative things and actually do something meaningful, right? Hit them where hit them where it hurts, player count and money. That's all you need to do. And the thing is, player count and money, them two together, like if people stop playing, they will stop spending. That's brilliant. If you want to still play the game and you spend, just stop spending. At least do that. At least you're doing something, right? The best thing to do, though, is to stop playing the game entirely, which means you stop spending. Player count goes down. They will see that metric. You have no idea how much player count means to developers. Genuinely, player count means everything. It shows the health of a game. It really does. It really, really does. Sunk cost fallacy, exactly. That's the problem. That's why I'm about to say, people won't do that. Because they are too far gone into the game. Whether they're aware of it or not, they won't, because sunk cost fallacy exists. And that's the whole point of a gacha game. It's to get you hooked. It's to get you hooked on these fictional characters and basically prey on your attachments. It's unfortunate. I'm sure many people are aware, but they can't do anything about it. And there's many people that aren't aware, and they don't know. Darway found a new yacht to invest. By the way, I've not done the Grand Blue drama yet. That's at the very end. I only saw this today, so this is on at the very end. Genshin got the players with a Stockholm Syndrome. Yeah, pretty much, pretty much. But no, I just wish the people that are actually taking part in the boycott well, because they're actually doing the right thing. They're doing the right thing, genuinely. I'm not sure it's realistic to expect a whole community to react. Nobody has that reach, but changing the "we don't need more pulls" mindset would probably go a long way. I agree. Yeah, I agree. There's no way a whole community would boycott unless like the game did something so absolutely drastic. Hell, even if they replaced all the VAs with AI, right? Some people would still find a way to defend it, and that's how far gone some people are. And that's genuinely some of the one of the like the most undefendable thing that you could possibly do in gaming is replace VAs with AI. Genuinely. Do they even know what boycotting is? They just complain but still play the game. What's the point? Yeah. Some people will genuinely just like post an image. Well, hang on. They will post this image on Twitter here, right? They'll post this. And they will play the game the next day. And that's the problem. You know, hashtag 1-star Genshin. Hashtag do better Hoyoverse. In my opinion, it's good to spread awareness, but what good is awareness if you don't take actual action? Because genuinely, how many people would have spread these images and then just played the game the day after? It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because that's just how a gacha game gets you. It is invincible. I don't have the title card open anymore, but yeah, it is invincible. At least Ultimate won't be able to harass VAs if all the VAs are replaced by AI. You know what? Based. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Oh my god. Yeah, prime sunk cost fallacy. Yeah. But yeah. That is all for the Genshin Uprising. It began, then it ended. And as soon as Sneznaya comes out, we'll see how much of an impact it actually had. Yeah, we'll see that much. But yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. And yeah. See you all in the next video. Yeah, that was a brilliant video, guys, honestly. Brilliant. Okay. Okay, I can't pause it. I can't pause it for some reason. Okay. Here we have more WuWa quality swap. Quality swap? Quality swap. We're not swapping no quality here. But the problem is that this is all nice and all. But you know who has a problem with it? Again. Holy shit, that Shawkeeper filter. Oh my god. Excuse the drama 1 second. That looks amazing. Oh my god, it's beautiful. NVIDIA filters plus WuWa filters. Holy shit. I want it. I want it right now. Oh my god, that looks amazing. Holy shit, man. Whoa! What the hell? It looks like a completely different game. Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, the PC did become an oven, though. You'd be able to cook some ramen in there. Put some water in it and it'd start boiling. Deionized water. And it would start boiling. I don't know what filter that is. This one is Reshade 3D filter for WuWa. Hey guys, here it is. Here it is. I'll put this in the video as well because that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Reshade. I don't know what Reshade is. I've never heard of it before. But there you go. Now, this is all fine and dandy. But let's look at the quote tweet, shall we? Oh! Would you look at that? The first two tweets. The first two tweets are shitting on the game. Really? Game be fatter than DJ Academics, but at least we can cut cloth. I swear the game has downsized in the previous 2 versions as well. It's gone under 100 gigabytes now. And hang on, what's the size of Genshin Impact? Mobile resources have actually gone down as well. You can selectively delete... You can selectively delete... What's it called? You can selectively delete resources to trim down mobile thingy. Yeah. On PC, Genshin Impact is between 90 to 140 gigabytes of space. Base download is roughly 100 gig. What's that about the game being fatter than DG Academics? Let me just go to my WuWa. Let me just look at my WuWa size real quick. I know I have another account that has like Jinjo installed, so I don't have like any sort of things trimmed, if that makes sense. But let me just go to my WuWa size. Wuthering waves. How do I search up a property of a game? How do I do that real quick, guys? How do I search up the properties of a game? Hang on, I'll just go to my launcher now. I'm pretty sure it'll say the download size, right? Open, locate game resources? No. Open game directory. How do I find my WuWa thingy? My WuWa storage size. Holy shit. That's launcher. Engine. Just do set pro. Oh yeah, settings and programs. Yeah. Settings, programs, installed apps. And I need to find all programs wherever that is, right? I rarely uninstall stuff this way, so it's a bit... Hang on. Programs. Control panel. There we go. Uninstall program. Should be on here, right? No, it's not. Okay. It's not on Steam. I have it normally. Hang on. How to check game size on PC. Windows, system, storage, installed apps. Yeah, that's what I want here. Direct File Explorer check. Because I can open the launcher and find its directory. Open game directory. And then properties. Epic Games, Wuthering Waves. Some more options. Properties. Oh, it's 138 gig on mine. All that for 138 gig. Yeah, my game is fat, but I have all of the shit installed. I have all of it installed. Hang on, guys. I'm receiving a phone call. 1 second. 1 second, guys. Hello, back. So yes, the game is big, but the problem is, if you trim it down enough, it can reach like 90 gigabytes. While Genshin is around the same size, so you know, why are we searching that up? Ah, it's they're a Star Rail enjoyer. There we go. The thing is with Star Rail, it's actually small, relatively. Yes, we've got some Lumiere going on. But no, the thing is with Star Rail, it's small because the map is just... Well, you see the graphics and you see the friggin' maps, right? They're small. They can be small. But anyways, moving on from that. This is one of the big tweets here. This one got a lot of traction. 1.1 million views. Kuro says, unplayable on mobile. Graphics 99% of the player base won't have access to. because you need a PC that rivals NASA. I love how they're just grossly over-exaggerating things just to get a point across, right? You know, it really works, right? The worst male-to-female ratio. Surprised it's not considered a waifu game yet. You can talk about the male-to-female ratio, but the problem is the males in the game mog a lot of Genshin males, genuinely. Chuyuan and Luke alone mog like at least half the Genshin male cast. The most brain-dead fans, because, you know, ad hominem. Ad hominem, right? You know, that's the best way to get your point across, right? Ad hominem. Absolute fucking idiot, man. Jesus Christ. But let's actually just debate these points since we wanna, you know, talk about it, right? Unplayable on mobile? No. Some people genuinely can't play the shit on mobile. The point they're trying to make is that it's unoptimized on mobile, which it is, but it's not unplayable. So again, a gross over-exaggeration immediately just invalidates your point. I'm sorry, but if you're trying to basically sort of get your point across, but you're over-exaggerating, then why should we take you seriously? Graphics 99% of the player base won't have access to because you need a PC that rivals NASA. No? Genuinely. Max graphics, fine. But that's not 99% of the player base. And I think, like, average graphics is still way, way better. And most people can access average graphics. So again, 99%, gross over-exaggeration, and a PC that rivals NASA. Brother, you have no idea what type of PCs NASA have, mate. You have no idea. The worst male-to-female ratio. Surprised it's not considered a waifu game yet. Okay, the male-to-female ratio is low, but the problem is, it's what they do with the males. It's not like they're putting no effort into the males at all, right? The males actually have some really, really, really good kits and really good voices. The males are not overlooked. And they're actually males. They actually feel like men. Unlike a lot of the men in Genshin that just look, they're like little trad friggin' twinks, right? I guess that's the way to put it, right? The most brain-dead fans, again, ad hominem. Brain-dead fans, you know, because my point needs to be cemented, right? Let's just attack the entire player base. Yeah. Let's just prove my point by attacking the entire WuWa player base. Genuinely, what the hell, man? I really cannot understand how some people think that their opinions need to be warranted on Twitter like that. As a male enjoyer that hell, I'm sorry, Chuyuan solo every Genshin character, don't get me started on Luke. For real. You can summon haters just by writing an appreciation post and have it blow up every single time. Yeah, that's true, actually. This is a pure appreciation post for WuWa, and the top 2 tweets are hate posts, man. 233k views on this one. Or 1.1 million views on the other. Guys, what are we doing? What are we actually doing, man? A lot of people just saying, like, you know, oh, a lot of people are getting upset. Saf, they are a pure shithouse friggin' shit poster, but it kinda is unironic. Something, you know, something just pisses me off about this post. I can't put my finger on it, but it makes me irrationally angry. Crossed my timeline multiple times already. Made me more mad each time. It just reeks of arrogance and narcissism. I hate everything. That's basically what this guy is. That's basically what this guy probably felt like. So, Saf did well there. Saf did very well there, honestly. Oh, no, we got another one. Chino Chatino. This guy is a known troll. Again, free game shows cutting grass keck. I don't even need to debate that. That's just a terrible, terrible point, man. Terrible, terrible point. Oh, look. Always little details. Always, oh, wow, you can do this. But never, oh, this is so fun. Oh, this gameplay is so well designed. Oh, dear. You're looking in the wrong place, then. You are looking in the wrong place? Hello? You are looking in the wrong place. Just go on YouTube. Story reactions. Go on Twitter. Combat. Go to the likes of, I don't know, Alexor, right? Who's going through the story at the minute. He's loving it. An IQ too low? Hang on, guys. Hang on, guys. I've got a perfect fucking image for this. Wait. I think I need to get a reaction gif going on here. Or a reaction image, rather. New image. Now, guys, is this bait or low IQ? Let's have a look, shall we? Welcome to the section of the stream where I call out tweets. Is it bait or low IQ? Is this bait or low IQ? I think it's bait. I think it's bait. Celebrating unreal slop that 95% of the player base won't see. I think it's bait. I think it's bait. How much is the PC build? Yeah. Here they go again. So much insecurities in quotes, yep. Realism is overrated anyway. We like it simple and budget friendly over here. Oh my god, this tweet. Okay, I have to read this out. Hang on. There's no one more miserable than a WuWa critic, dog. You can never just be happy about anything and leave it at that. It has to be a discourse of some kind. Heh, what about mobile though? What about optimization though? Shut the fuck up, you thong-wearing fatty. You're not saying anything novel. There's always opportunities to talk about that stuff. A feedback survey is always a community-wide event. But somehow people only get riled up when people just enjoy the game for what it is. A fan actually liking the game for its good aspects irks them for some reason. A foreign object moves up their asshole that just compels them to defecate their useless think piece. A lot of them don't even play the game. They have no stake in it. Why the fuck are you speaking? Know your role and shut your mouth, cuckold. Oh, all I ever see things like this, but I never anything about the gameplay or fun. And why would you ever see that when all you engage is... Oh my god, hang on, I need to breathe. When all you engage with is people who never play the game but comment on it 24/7. True, that's kind of a point, right? That's kind of a point to the previous tweet that I saw. You are actual cattle. Dumb cattle. You have neither opinions of your own, nor capacity to come up with one worth considering. And people wonder why WuWa fandom is always so up in arms. Well, fuck. You just try having a normal discussion, then having random-ass dorks come up to you gasping for air that just barely gets past the windpipe that's pressed by their 5 chins. They come up to you and go, you can't enjoy that. I've heard this game has gathering wives. This game has bad optimization. And I've never seen the gameplay, so I don't think it's real. Unlike the legitimate state of Israel, so... Oh my god, that's got to be one of the best tweets I've ever seen. That's got to be one of the best tweets I've ever seen. Oh my god. That's got to be one of the best tweets I've ever seen, guys. Oh my god. This is why I scroll Twitter. Oh my god. For every 100 idiots on Twitter, there is one guy that just cooks them all, man. How is this app for free? Yeah, same with WuWa. Oh my god, my jaw hurts. Oh. Jesus Christ. My jaw actually hurts. My jaw hurts, man. Oh my god. I'm going jobless with slandering WuWa because the fans are doing a better job of this than I ever could. Bait. 100% bait. Oh, what was that? Oh my god. For every 100 idiots, there's always one legend. Saw an argument earlier that the game isn't free because you need a device to play it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Chat bait or low IQ, call it. Call it. I think that's low IQ right there. I think honestly, right, somebody that's saying it's not free because you need a device to play it is low IQ. I genuinely think that's low IQ. Try running around Star Touch Academy for more than 5 minutes in your PlayStation and start begging you to stop. Yeah, Star Touch Academy is like one of the biggest offenders. Oh dear. But anyways, yeah, we got to continue this tweet here, up here, the main one, right? Obviously, we've got it right here. So, we've got a guy that basically just debunks it all in the comments, and I think this needs to be spoken about. Unplayable mobile. Hey, mobile player here. Boom. Hang on. Live stream editing once again, baby. We've got some Vine booms to do. Playing Genshin isn't free because you need to pay for food for real, though. Hey, guys, you're supposed to be breathing to play a game. So you need to eat food to live and breathe. So it's not free. Okay. Unplayable on mobile. Hey, mobile player here. Oh, wait, hang on. Sorry, guys. Unplayable on mobile. Hey, mobile player here. Graphics 99% of the players won't have. Negligible. Most people using high graphics are photographers are doing video edits. The worst male to female ratio. That's the majority of the gacha genre. The most brain dead fans. Huge projection coming from a Hoyoverse gamer. There you go. Jesus Christ, man. No, I did remember. I just like the whole doing it myself, right? Bait or low IQ, call this tweet. I think it's definitely low IQ. 100%. And you know what? It just doesn't stop there. This person is from Gacha Grail, by the way. You know, the worst community on Twitter for Gacha, and he's from it. So what does that say about them? Can I get another Vine boom in there? I think so. I think so. Jesus Christ, man. And yeah, this tweet just shows it, right? Obviously, you know, I read these two tweets, but again, it just shows, right? The difference in reactions. The difference in reactions on the same post, and they tell me they aren't obsessed. They are so obsessed. They really are. At least the people on Twitter are, anyways. They're just always these people in this cesspit, you know. People just insecure about WuWa doing well. Yeah. And then it gets even better because we have an example of how it's the other way around, right? Oh my god, dehumidifier. Can you stop? And here we have another example of how it's like, you know, the other way around when the shoe's on the other foot. Let's have a look. So here we go. This is from a Hoyo game, right? And it's just a guy saying, Jesus Christ. Guna Incel game. It's from Hoyoverse. Ah, so Body T, beautiful queen, has an incredible lore. Because, you know, has an incredible lore, sorry. Hang on, let me just remove the bait or low IQ thing now. I'll just do it from the top. And here we have a tweet that basically shows that when the shoes are on the other foot, well, it's a different story. And we will have an example of this afterwards as well. Some guy says it's literally just this every time someone is having fun with WuWa versus any time someone is having fun with Hoyoverse games. And it's just this. This in a nutshell, basically. Someone says, Guna Incel game. Wilting Roses. It's from Hoyoverse. Ah, so Body T, beautiful, queen, has an incredible lore. Because somebody posted the side boob of a Hoyo character. And said, Jesus Christ. Meanwhile, if you remember Cantarella, people were calling her a slut and a prostitute. But if you guys remember when Lauma came out, as they said, right? Who had more exposed skin. She's named after the goddess of fertility, so it makes sense when there's zero connection to them outside of the name alone. Jesus Christ. The hypocrisy is real, guys. The hypocrisy is real, guys. And yeah, that is all for that. Okay, this is not a video, but this is something that I wanted to talk about as well. We have some drastic HP inflation in WuWa. Now, this is not Honkai Star Rail level, but I think this needs to be addressed. 20%, too much. Too much, genuinely. Again, this is from the latest WuWa, right? This is not good. We do not want it to go the route of HSR. And, you know, at the end of the day, if it keeps going 20%, eventually there will start to be proper power creep in the game, which is what we don't want. We do not want this at all. So, again, my take on HP inflation is that it should happen, but gradually. The worst case, well, the worst offender of this is obviously Star Rail, right? When they did, in like the whole of 3.x, right, it just skyrocketed to a point where they had to buff 1.x units because it was that bad. Like, the community literally forced them into buffing 1.x units because they were that bad. I didn't feel it personally, but I have two S6 characters, so it doesn't really... I can't really gauge endgames personally. I have to go off of what other people say. So, which is why I never speak on, like, power creep in WuWa properly. I never make videos on it, because I personally do not have a say in that, because my account is way higher than what it should be. HP inflation is terrible with these extra shilling tokens. Yeah, the tokens are very archetype shilling, aren't they? Which is maybe why they did this. I don't know, to counter the tokens, but then why having tokens? I don't know. But again, 20%, way too much. Way too much. And here we have another one. Actually, I'll put this in the previous video with the hypocrisy thing, right? So, I don't know what's going on here. Okay. So, to add more fuel to the fire with hypocrisy, right? Here you go. And it's obviously the free Rebecca. I don't know what this is replying to exactly. But this guy replies saying a lolly is better. And it's obviously prune, right? A child, right? I'm just trying to find out which... where the tweets are going. Then the same guy... Hang on. Replying to Whoosh. Okay, this is... The same guy also said this as well. You played the game where devs were reluctant to hypersexualizing Loli, Lamau, Son. You guys are the last kind of people should be talking about something like this. What? Reluctant to hype... Excuse me? Reluctant to hypersexualizing Loli? Isn't that a good thing? To not want to do it? Hang on. Bait or low IQ? Bait or low IQ right now? I think this has to be low IQ. There's no way that's bait. There is no way that is bait. There is no way. I don't know, man. We're enjoying our lollies. Only WuWa community has such a forced mommy fetish going on. Yeah, because, you know... This has to be bait. Never mind. I've changed my mind. This has to be bait. But this is not bait. This is actually real. This Ave guy got exposed for liking lollies. And obviously they are a Genshin fan, right? Name something more attractive than lolly. Ass. That's right, you can't. You know what else is more attractive than that? Fucking prison time. How about that one, Chief? Fucking prison time. And a bait or low IQ? Low IQ, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus Christ. Okay. Right. So, as we all know, LD Shop has had a huge leak of a lot of stuff. And over the past 24 hours, a lot of stuff has come out. Now, again, I made a sort of urgent video urging people to change their passwords. And I hope it worked. A lot of people said, well, yeah, too good to be true, right? And there has been some more developments on this, and there have been some responses from the actual LD Shop teams. And I think it's a load of horseshit. I really do. So, we have an article here. This is my first ever Twitter article, so shout out to Kusanagi. So, this is a report. I don't know when it was made. When was it made? When was it made? May 13th at 11:53. It's not May 15th. So, again, this is a very early on one. But, so, let's read it out, and let's just have a comb through it, right? LD Cloud, LD Player, LD Shop. Public buckets contain user session recordings, database dumps, and Bastion host backups. Rotate your credentials now. After NTWL's post listing the Huawei Cloud OBS buckets associated with LD Cloud, LD Player, and LD Shop. Basically, if you guys don't know what buckets are, it's basically like a huge database. It's like each bucket is like a library that contains a bunch of books. And these books have information like account details, videos of people logging in and stuff like that. So, yeah. I went through them. Everything the leaker described is sitting publicly listable storage. No authentication required. This post is to make sure the people affected understand what to do. 23 of the 26 listed buckets accept anonymous bucket listings among the content. So basically anyone can just chuck stuff in there without having to put their name in, right? Session video recordings. In a bucket named LD Capital GZ, I think maybe Guangzhou, right? Under a prefix called SG_file. The samples are real. This is the codec video. Roughly that resolution, right? 666 by 374, 5 frames per second, about 9 minutes per file. That profile is consistent with screen capture, not gameplay capture. The first frame of the first file I checked shows a Kuro Games login dialog opening, which is the exact credential entry moment the original report described. In 1 week, NTWL confirmed to be from Lootbar, trying to damage a competitor's brand. The problem is, that's what they're actually trying to say that's happening, right? They're trying to say it's from a competitor. But even if it's an attack from a competitor brand, right? It's a huge breach of privacy regardless. No matter if it's, malicious or not. Intent, truth, false, whatever. Data has been leaked. That's the fact. And again, people can have their accounts in jeopardy. So, there you go. Daily MySQL dumps in LD backup domain. Hundreds of those files dated through this past month. For the Singapore fleet in SG. Okay. Oh, God. This is a lot of technical jargon. Jump server backups in the primary LD cloud bucket named Jump Server. That Jump Server is what privileged operators use to SSH into the rest of the infrastructure. A dump of that database is essentially a complete inventory of administrative credentials and recorded admin sessions. So it's like the top-notch bucket, right? Per device per day client telemetry. Napion-sh client log install ID device model. Mixing plain text that with encrypted Tencent Mars X log. Whoa. This is some technical jargon, guys. I'll try and make sense of it. Maybe the tweet does. Per game backup in tarballs. Tarballs. LD Cloud XJP named install ID package name timestamp tar. Observed for titles including Arc, Arc Stardew Valley. That structure means that per user per app data extracted off Cloud Emulator instance. Brand cross-mapping. LD Cloud BJ? I don't know what region that is. LD Cloud GY. Both Beijing. Both contain AOSP Cloud game and that. This confirms that EasyFun.gg, FunPass, and XD are operated off the same AOSP base images on the same infrastructure. It is one operator with multiple storefronts. A raw 2.pcap packet capture at the root of the LD Cloud XJP and OpenVPN configs, sitting unprotected in several buckets. Okay. All the technical jargon's out the way now. Why does this matter more than a normal leaked database headline? LD Cloud's underlying product is a cloud Android emulator service. The Android instance doesn't run on the user's PC, it runs on LD's servers, and the user receives a rendered video stream of it. That architecture means LD's server is the machine that produces the asterisks on your screen when you type a password, not your local machine. Oh, that's big. Some people were saying, well, it's private because, it's asterisks. Well, guess what? If that's the case, then it would produce it on the screen, on your machine, but then it wouldn't show on LD's end, right? Every keystroke physically transits LD's input layer in plain text before any game's password field gets a chance to mask it. The screen recordings, Bonalucci, you asked, what does a top-up site have to do with a survival game like Ark? It's not just top-ups. It's the emulator service that they run as well. They've been recording sessions off of that as well, and passwords and stuff. The screen recordings showing only asterisks therefore don't get LD off the hook. The plain text keystrokes existed on the server at the same moment. Whether those keystrokes were also saved is a retention question. The capture happened either way. A separate vector for users of the local LD Player emulator. So this is the emulator now. Most people who say they use LD Player mean the PC emulator they downloaded and run on their own machine, not the cloud streaming product. The architectural argument above doesn't apply to them, but there is a separate concern. The game install bundle in LDQ-Shanghai that ships LD's own client also ships Sogu Pinyin, the Chinese input method app from Tencent's Sogu unit. Co-bundling it that way is what you'd do if Sogu were pre-installed as the default keyboard inside LD Player AOSP image. If that's the case, every keystroke a user types into any app inside LD Player, including a game's password field, hits the IME first. The IME sees the plain text, the password field only ever sees the result. Sogu IME has a long documented history of telemetry concerns, including a cloud completion feature that uploads what you type to remote servers to improve autocomplete. Oh dear. That telemetry might be at Sogu defaults pointing at Tencent, or customized to point at LD's own collection endpoint. The leak path from a plain text keystroke to a server you didn't authorize is the same in both cases. The cloud product gets your keystrokes by owning the server. The local product can get your keystrokes by owning the keyboard. Both products share infrastructure and operator. If you have used either, treat your credentials as compromised. I agree. If you've used anything like that, guys, change your passwords right now. Now, what they are not claiming, I have read any user's password out of these files. I've downloaded... Okay, this is just like a disclaimer, right? Also can't determine intent from the outside. Yeah. We cannot determine intent of, like, anything, right? At all. What to do right now? If you have used LD Cloud, LD Player, LD Shop, EasyFun, FunPass, FunPG, LD Yun OS, or anything routed through oslink.io, which I believe if I just open this up, right, it is all the links of, yeah, this. Change the password on every game and your account you have ever entered while using any of these services, especially the ones named in the original disclosure, aka Genshin, WuWa, NT, Arknights, and any payment or storefront login. Enable 2FA on those accounts if you have not. Prefer Authenticator app or hardware key 2FA over SMS. Review your account login history and active sessions on each game account's portal. Revoke anything you do not recognize. That's a good idea, actually. If you reuse that password anywhere else, rotate it there too. Stop using the cloud emulated product until LD has publicly explained that the exposure demonstrated that the recordings of a credential entry sessions are no longer being produced. Which they have not. They have not said that, I'm pretty sure. If you want a paid subscription or top up or in-game purchase through one of these services, your payment side identifiers may also be in the database backups. Watch your card and bank statements. Yes, I agree. Do that as well. To LD Cloud, LD Player, LD Shop operators, if you are reading this, the fastest way to make this less bad is to lock down public listing on every one of these buckets immediately. Rotate every credential in leaked jump server dumps, and publish a timeline of what data was exposed to for how long. Silence at this point makes the harvesting interpretation look more credible. Obviously, they're crediting NCUWL there. And we have even more stuff from them now. It's this. It's a response now. We have a bit of a response here. Not an official one, but a sort of like a sub-response, right? LD Shop on the defensive. LD Shop staff have confirmed the hack of the platform, claiming that it was all the work of the competition. It wasn't the competition. Oh, sorry. They've already issued an official response, but it's pretty ridiculous to blame the competition. It wasn't the competition. We're accusing them and exposing them for stealing accounts and keeping recordings of them. LD Shop wants to file a police report, but what if we open Pandora's box? We've only made 26 folders public, the ones containing videos and emails. What about the folders with adult content and material involving minors that you have in your personal folders, LD Shop? I'll leave that with... I'm sorry. What? Hang on. Processing took a few seconds there. Excuse me? Minors? We haven't yet unearthed all the trash you've been hoarding, including records of the credit card information used for purchases that you shouldn't have saved in videos. That is a huge accusation. That is a huge, huge accusation. And the thing is, we cannot prove it, and we cannot disprove it. There is no evidence to suggest it for or against with that stuff, right? You know, with adult content. But the problem is, when these files have been basically released to the public, right? It's a lot of stuff. It's like if a library that was private for ages got opened up to the public for the very first time. It was like a 10-floor library, right? Millions of books in it. It would take ages to comb through all this stuff. So, at the end of the day, it's very hard to prove this without also, like, breaching privacy of the people that have had their stuff leaked. Excuse me. And here we have some of the responses here. Please rest assured that our LD Shop platform is an official platform and user account issues are not permitted. This is an attack on our website. We are being maliciously attacked by a competitor. If you encounter any account bans, our website will provide a compensation. Regarding this user account issue, our relevant staff have already handled it, so please rest be assured. You're not attacked by any competitor, I swear. No one paid me. You just rework your credentials. It was a malicious attack by a competitor. They used hacking techniques to launch the attack. This was a malicious attack. Notice this, that they are using malicious attack a lot, by the way. Holy Discord white mode, by the way. I am being flashbanged. Look at my webcam. And our staff have already escalated and resolved the issue. Have you, though? We have tracked down the attacker as a competitor and reported it to the police. The game account password was maliciously leaked on social media without user verification code. You cannot log into the game and will not be affected. For your account security, we recommend that you change your password after completing the purchase. Malicious attack again. Malicious attack. So, keyword there. They have stated it was a malicious attack. Whether that's true or not, I can't call bullshit, right? I can't call bullshit on it because at the end of the day, it could have been. But the problem is, malicious attack or not, it exposed a lot of your malpractice, right? Saving videos of people logging into accounts, saving credit card information as, well, sorry. Accusations of saving credit card information, right? Claims of them selling accounts as well, as Stir Fry just said, right? All this stuff, right, is completely, what's the word? All this stuff is alleged. There are definitely videos in those databases of people logging into their accounts. Now, I've seen people say that, well, they do it for receipt purposes, right? Insurance, or somebody doesn't say, well, I topped up on this and I didn't get it. The problem is that they never state that they record the footage. And that's only one piece of the puzzle. That's only for top-ups. What about the emulators? They don't explicitly say that either. And that is a whole different can of worms with legality. If you do not state that you are recording and, you know, ask for consent, ask for consent about, can we record this for our own, like, receipt, right? And then consent from the user, then it's a breach of privacy. Exactly, sorry, just said it's breaching privacy. It's leaking emails, leaking passwords, leaking credit card information. And the problem is, right, even if they did do all this, the fact that they've kept it in databases, one of my moderators told me that there is videos from WuWa 2.x in there. So the receipt thing goes out the window, right? It goes out the window because why have we got receipts dating back to 5 months still in there? If this was a receipt sort of process, right, these things would be deleted like after a month or so. But the fact that it's in there, stored in there, right, from 2.8 at the very latest, to hell, 2.1 at the earliest, or 2.0, sorry, it basically says that no, they're not deleting it. This is not for receipts. That's what it's saying. It's for actual data harvesting. And again, a lot of people in my comments said, well, yeah, surprise, surprise. And it's true. When things seem too good to be true, they usually are. They usually are too good to be true. And the problem is that, well, when something's free, you know, like, if something's free, you're usually the product as well. So think about that. And also, with regards to like other top-up sites like Loot Bar and etc., assume that they are doing the same. Not because that they are, just because it is always best to change your passwords regardless. It's always good to have that practice, right? Not accusing like Loot Bar of doing that, but always assume that they are. Assume that as soon as you give away your account information to a third party, it's compromised. Always assume that. Genuinely. Apart from me, guys, because I actually like being very careful with account details. Remember the account review stream when I collected everyone's details? Yeah, I shredded it. I shredded it completely. It's gone from the face of my computer now. That whole database of everyone's logins and passwords, all gone. All gone. But the problem is, right? Yeah, someone said this, right? Material involving minors. Just go to the police instead of using Twitter. Then someone said it's a PR account for Loot Bar. The problem is, if this is an attack by a Loot Bar, if that gets exposed, they're just as bad as each other. If Loot Bar is trying to take down LD Shop by exposing their, I guess, databases, exposing their malpractices, despite that, it's also breaching their privacy as well. So if it is, then it's a whole shit show. It's a whole shit show. That's why I'm not saying anything's for definite. That's why I'm not saying anything is for definite. That's why I'm not saying LD Shop's guilty. That's why I'm not saying they're innocent. I'm just saying what's here right now. I think it might be bullcrap, but at the end of the day, we can't tell. We can't tell until we get concrete evidence and an explanation publicly from LD Shop, which hasn't happened yet. They've done damage control, but we've not had a public sort of explanation. Because at the end of the day, it might not be black and white as well. They might be innocent on some accounts, but guilty on others. There's a whole grey area here, which is a huge rabbit hole, as Sore said. And at the end of the day, all that matters to us is that our accounts don't get compromised. And the best way to do that, change your password, make sure that your, bank payment details, etc. are safe. And that's all you have to do. None of this matters. None of this matters at all. Just make sure your details are safe. If you've used their emulator, their top-up services in the past, just make sure they are safe. I cannot stress it enough. As someone that has been sponsored by them in the past, not anymore, make sure that your details are safe. That's all I can say. And now, we are back to more light-hearted drama, ladies and gentlemen. Because at the end of the day, we can't leave off on that. Now, this is the Grand Blue stuff. There's been... This is ridiculous, man. There's been a recent drama of the JP community, which is very odd, right? Whenever us Westerners hear about the JP community, it's all sunshine and rainbows over there. So again, this is very, very, very odd. Talking about plagiarism and copy allegations from Hoyo to Cygames. Cygames is Grand Blue, right? Cygames is Grand Blue. Yeah, Cygames. Okay. Some people try to shift the blame to Wuthering Waves for some reason, to point that they are LARPing as WuWa players and try to make it seem like WuWa is doing the same or defend it. What? What? What are you... What's going on? I need... So here are some screenshots of the tweets here. I think this might be the original one. Genshin Star Rail ZZZ user, Blade of Space Tokuo-san, previously pointed out that Wuthering Waves characters were rip-offs of Cyrene Star Rail. Yesterday pointed out that Grand Blue Fantasy characters were rip-offs of Star Rail characters, got blamed. Blame it on Shioji. Change bio, mimic Wuthering Waves users via torrent of reposts from official WuWa accounts. I don't play Star Rail. Oh. So, okay. Where's the OG tweeter then? Is it this guy? Is it this guy here? This guy in the bottom? In terms of timeline, Grand Blue's Lucifer came out first, and when Kazlana came out, I totally thought it was Grand Blue Lucifer, you know, a masterful rip-off as expected from Hoyo. Cygames with Lucifer and Lucillus, and then Honkai Impact third, Diabolic Kevin, aka Kazlana, pretty sure, 2022, so it is after they deleted everything. Alright, fair enough then. And then obviously, Finon comes out in Star Rail. Cygames Lucifer leaves a stronger impression from Grand Blue though. Actually, it first appeared in God Bahamut, so there's been around for some time. Isn't it just way too petty to pretend to be a Wuthering Waves user and try to drag your troubles over here just because you've got hate coming your way? I was sitting back watching it like it was someone else's problem, but when you pull crap like that, I can't just stay quiet, you know? Yeah. This is why I do these tweets, by the way. This is why I cover these tweets. Because I can't just sit back and watch people defame the game. It's ridiculous, man. Hoyoverse is a company that rips off, pays Hoyoverse is a company that rips off, pays homage to stuff from all directions. But because the younger generation of otaku think Hoyoverse invented it all, they see something from the original source and start kicking up a fuss like it's a rip-off of Genshin or Star Rail. It's this insane disconnect that's been spotting here and there lately. I would really like to know where the OG guy was. But it looks like, again, that people saw through it immediately, right? They saw through it completely. Which is brilliant. I love that. Huh. Oh yeah, Kai's done it as well, look. New Provo Big Era Affairs Demon. New gimmick era for 2 days. What exactly does the gimmick consist of? Ruining WuWa's rep more by slandering Silk Song and Expedition 33. Obviously, this is the Saikai fan, right? What an absolute clown, by the way. The fact that people have to LARP as WuWa players to drag the community in the mud is ridiculous, man. Oops. Oops. Ah, here we go. Okay, so that's not translated. Okay, I think this is the OG guy. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Rule 64 pulls a patch. Oh my god. Okay, so we got the actual OG guy here. I've received opinions from many people, and I also apologize for the poor handling when the correction was made. I'm truly sorry. Regarding this matter, I don't play Star Rail. I just happen to know the character, so there is really no deep meaning behind it. Wow. So yeah. This is their OG tweets. I can't translate them. But this is what they used to be, right? So they played Genshin Star Rail ZZZ. And then they said, pointed out that WuWa characters were rip-offs of Cyrene. Pointed out that Grand Blue Fantasy characters were rip-offs of Star Rail characters and got flamed. So they like to basically... You know, they do the comparing shit, right? They do the comparing shit. They get backlash from it. And then they try and LARP as a WuWa player. And then he's being seen straight through it. Until then, I was only reposting horror-related stuff, but suddenly reposting WuWa God. Jesus Christ. Until then, I was only reposting Horrorverse-related stuff, but suddenly reposting a WuWa PV from 15 days ago, Lamau. It's so obviously trying to stir up hate from Kuro Games fans, you know. Welcome, yeah, this is the tweet I read before. Welcome to Global LOL, at least 15 dedicated accounts that spread lies and hate Wuthering Waves. They post every 3 to 6 hours about Wuthering Waves. Honestly, Japan's not as noticeable about it, but it's been like this all along. Really? JP bros. JP bros. First, next. It started with following nothing but Genshin, but now I've gone and deleted them and I only follow Wuthering Waves, lol. Even went out of the way to delete Genshin-related reposts and now only repost WuWa stuff. Oh my god, man. So you try to camouflage yourself. But, okay. Oh my god, man. Oh. This is low-key pissing me off. Guys, I need to fall back on beta low IQ here. I need to fall back on it. I need to fall back on it, guys. Beta low IQ. Beta low IQ. Low IQ. Low IQ. Low IQ. Low IQ. It's low IQ. That's all it is. That's all it is, man. It's low IQ. It's low IQ. Seggy, please tell them. Please tell them it's low IQ. Oh my god, man. Okay, I can speak on it now. I can speak on it now. Imagine having your takes be that fucking dog shit that you have to completely change your online identity to try and hide amongst Wuthering Waves players to then slander the community. Try and defame that same community. All because you got absolutely bombed by Japanese Twitter. Alright, see you later, KTSN. See you in the morning. And then your disguise just gets seen through anyways. I don't want to hear fucking nobody talking about how the WuWa fandom is worse than Hoyo. I don't want to hear it. Guys, anybody that wants to prove me wrong in the comments, feel free to do so. Please show me somebody doing this exact same thing. Where their takes were so bad that they tried to become a Hoyo shill account and then try to live amongst them. Please, somebody just, like, if you want to prove me wrong, join my Discord and put it in or something. Just put it in the Discord or something like that. When you see the video, because I'm sure some people watch the video and think, hey, no, you know what? No, the WuWa community is worse. Yeah, the WuWa community is worse when they call our voice actors prostitutes. We don't harass our voice actors. We don't have to boycott our games about polls, right? Oh, what's that? We don't also go after other games, voice actors, by the way. What else? What else here? We don't attack other games just for having fun, right? We love our main character. Yeah. All this stuff, right? All this stuff. And some people will genuinely still claim that the WuWa fandom's worse. I'm sorry, but they're not. The only problem is that they poke the bear and play victim. Well, no fucking shit. You literally made the bear bleed by tweeting so much every fucking 3 hours. WuWa this, WuWa that, VA this, VR that, fucking this, that, and the other. Bad optimization, bad storage, oh, shit game, shit game, shit game, shit game, shit game, shit game, shit game. And then when a WuWa fan finally responds saying no. Oh! Oh my god! WuWa fandom's so toxic! I'm getting too heated here, actually. I'm getting way too heated here. I'm not supposed to be doing this. This is high cortisol. Hang on, I need low cortisol. Wait. I need low cortisol. Hang on. Low cortisol break, please. Hang on, guys. I need a low cortisol break. Whew, let me go get a drink real quick. Alright, I'm back. Ugh. Ugh. Problem is, there are... I'm not denying that there are WuWa fans that go out and attack other games. I'm not denying that. But there's no fucking way on earth that the WuWa community is worse than Hoyo. No chance. No chance, man. Yeah, I need that. I needed that, man. But we also have a video to watch here. It's from Grounded Gacha, and it's been trending, actually. 47k views, well done. It's an interesting take, actually. I can't lie. But we'll make a video on this as well, because I think it's important to realize that gacha games are still games, but they can also be like management as well. Like, it's game management. It's crazy. Okay. We're in video reacting mode, so let's go. Let's go, shall we? Recently, a video has been trending in the gacha space, and it's called "You're Maintaining Accounts, Not Playing Games." And I actually think that this is a very interesting topic, because this has been going on ever since gachas really blew up, right? The whole point of a gacha is to get on, do your dailies, log off. Is that playing a game, or is that maintaining an account, you know, to get pulls? And my personal opinion, well, I think it might be a bit of both, you know. Because you are doing resource management, you are maintaining it, but you're also playing it when stuff comes out. But I would like to see what Grounded Gacha has to say. Credit to them, they've done really well. You know, 47k views, they've done really, really well. So we'll watch this now, and we'll just have a look. So let's get into it, shall we?
I love gacha games. They give us daily
Hey,
progression,
he's English.
a sense of meaning to our accounts, a sense of belonging in a world and in a community where our efforts make a difference. But sometimes it can be a bit much. And today, what I want to discuss is if we're playing too many, and if we are, how do we make the decision of which to cut? I'm going to...
I know this isn't about the video, but I can tell he's from Yorkshire. Okay, so the problem is that I do agree that there is definitely one too many gachas, right? If you're playing more than 3, I'm sorry, you need to cut some. I'm sorry. I've never ever played more than 3. I feel like it's really unhealthy to play more than 3. And the problem is that when you reach that sort of like critical threshold, where if you play 4, usually there's an update to them about like every week, right? There's a new phase every week, or every 2 weeks at least, at the very least, right? And if not, then you've got like 3 end games to clear on a Monday. You've got all this stuff to do every week. And it gets to a point where it's like, oh, like I'm just going in different jobs and doing them. When I played WuWa, HSR, and ZZZ, right? It was just like that, right? It took me hours to just do all of the regular stuff all the time. And it got to a point where it just become monotonous, to a point where I wasn't even bothering with ZZZ stuff on a Monday. I just couldn't be bothered with Hollow Zero. I just couldn't be bothered with it. And I was doing it later on in the week. And, you know, I eventually ended up dropping Star Rail, which means I was able to do, you know, more ZZ stuff. But then when I picked up Enfield, well, I quit ZZZ. Because I feel like, for me, 2 is a limit. I'm playing NTE and WuWa right now. And I think it's a good balance to have. 2 gacha games, I think, is the magic number. I think it is. Like, two ones that you log in every day. And then there's like one that's like one that you do every now and then that you don't really care about. And I think 2 is the magic number, genuinely, for a gacha game.
to get rid of 2 that I'm playing right now and take my current games from 5 to 3.
5! Holy shit! Yeah, it will definitely feel like a job if you're doing 5 gacha games. Jesus Christ.
And discuss the process I'm making in that. Now the first thing I want to discuss is mental load. Just how much work is it in your head to go in and do your daily chores? Because that's what these games are at the end of the day. We are...
Yep. And the problem is, Enfield's dailies are so long. They are genuinely so long. WuWa dailies, get in, do 2 tacit fields, double claim, get off. And make sure you obviously claim your activity points and your battle pass, and that's it. Enfield dailies are so long. They really are. So are Genshin's. Star Rails isn't that bad if you're endgame right. You just get on, do those, do some relic caverns, because that's all you farm for in endgame, is just relics. And then get off. ZZ also the same, just use the stamina and get off. Enfield is by far the worst defender. Definitely. NTE is the same, right? You just log in, do some stuff. Actually, no, NTE is a lot worse, because don't forget, you've also got all the Fonz deliveries as well. And then you've got the bonds, character bonds. You've got, what else is there in NTE? Character bonds. You've got the deliveries. You've got, obviously, spending stamina as well. You've got the activity book, right? I mean, clearing out the whole map every day on NTE with like deliveries and stuff is definitely long, so absolutely. But yeah, the worst offender is by far Enfield. 100%.
A lot of daily chores that we need to deal with. And it's not just for dailies, it's for weeklies, it's for events, it's for stories, for patches. All this is extra load that you need to organize. And sometimes it can be just too much and it stops.
Oh yeah, and the Enfield deliveries as well.
Work. If a game feels too much like work to you and you're just logging in and you're hating it every day, this is probably a good indicator to start dropping back the game.
I agree.
It's FOMO.
100%. And that they're about to go into a valid point to counteract that or say why people don't do it. If you do feel like the game is becoming a chore, quit it or, put it on the back burner. Like I'm talking, not log in every day. Because when the game becomes a chore, it's very, very, very hard. Like the more you do it when it's chory, the harder it is to fall back in love with it. 100%. And I'm so, personally, my experience, I'm so in love with Wuthering Waves that I'm managing 2 accounts right now. I'm managing mine and my girlfriend's. Because she is going to pick up the game one day. She's going to pick it back up one day, and I'm going to make sure she has all nice echoes, so she doesn't have a drab experience with it. She always says to me, "Oh, your WuWa videos make me want to play it," but then she never does. She never does. So I'm just maintaining it for her, if that makes sense. I'm just trying to garner some Astrite for her so she can pull. But yeah, still. I forgot what I was talking about, actually. But yeah, I think if you are starting to feel like the game is becoming a chore, please do not keep playing it. Please do not keep playing it. Honestly, it's like the worst thing to do is damaging your enjoyment of a game and making it worse, because it's a lot harder to get back into a game when you've lost love for it, 100%.
What are you going to miss out on? Is it a case of maybe it gets better? Is there going to be a character that comes out later that I'm really looking forward to? You might not like that character. You might not like how they play. You might not like the game design, the mechanics of the end game.
Yes. He has such a valid point, Honkai Star Rail is without a doubt one of the biggest offenders for FOMO. 100%. Because when I was quitting in around 3.x, right? 3.3. I was always coming back like 2 patches later, just to check in on the game. And my characters were getting worse. They were getting so much worse. Like most recently, I did a 4.x thing just to see how it was, whether my 3.x characters couldn't clear endgame. I genuinely, and they were like dupes. They had dupes as well, by the way. And the problem is that when you're sucked into this sort of loop, you think about quitting. You feel, oh, well, I'm not going to get the Astrite. I'm not going to get the premium currency that I do when I farm. I'm not going to get, the Ouroboros, the Astrite, the Stellar Jades, the Primo Gems, the Polychrome. And then it's going to be like, well, okay, I'll just keep doing it. And then you're going to fall out of love with it even more. And it's just going to be keeping you on strings. Oh, and then a new character is going to be revealed that you're going to like the look of, and then you're back in again. You're back in, and you can't quit.
When you get to it, I feel like there's a lot of what-ifs in these games, and if you're not enjoying the game as it currently stands, I think it's fine to take a break and come back to it once it's got a chance to prove itself to you. You don't need to put all your effort into it and then get disappointed and feel like you have to stay a slave to it forever. Next up is competition.
I agree. I 100% agree. It's a very toxic mindset to have, to like think, oh well, it'll get better. It'll get better, but I'm still playing it, right? For me, like even if the game's in like a bad spot or in a good spot, if you don't like the game and think it will get better, if you're like playing it, what's the word? It begins with a diss. If you're disillusioned with the way the game is and you're playing it still, like, I think it's actually okay to take a break. And the thing is, you need to have that mental wherewithal to know that you are taking a break, and the game doesn't have anything to prove to you. You are the consumer. If you do not like the game, then it's okay to drop it. Even if you miss, Astrite, even if you miss premium currency, at the end of the day, I'm sure you having a better time gaming is a lot better than farming for a character that you may never even like to begin with.
What is your game giving you at the moment that no other game is giving you? Does it have unique mechanics? Is it in a completely different setting? Is it giving you an experience that is unmatched in the rest of the industry? Because we've got a lot of games out now that seem to be very similar, and unless they've got standout mechanics or features that really appeal to you, I would say this is a way to consider which of those.
True.
Then there's the story and the endgame, and I'm putting these together because most players are in either of these camps. You either care about the story, the lore, and how things unfold, or you care about building your characters, making them the best they can be. I feel like if you're a story player, it's very easy to just take a break between patches.
It is. It very much is. It very much is. The thing is, that's the thing. I'm an endgame guy. That's why I kept coming back to Star Rail, because I built my units and I got copies of my units to, do these end games. So I always came back and thought, hey, I'll get some more units to keep my teams in, in check, right? And then as soon as I found out that my units were no longer even capable of clearing the end games, I thought, no, fuck this, I'm out. I'm out permanently, and I haven't gone back since. I haven't, because I do not care about the Star Rail story anymore. I think Amphorius had a good narrative, but it was just bloated to a point where it turned me off completely. If you can't tell a good story, across 8 patches in less than 30 hours, then I don't think it needs to be told. There is no way that a good story should be taking 52 hours to be told. 100% no way. No way. No way, man. No way. 52 hours is too much. It's too much, man. And with regards to like what they said about endgames and story, with WuWa, I'm both. I do just love the story and the endgame. I just love building units. So, at the end of the day, it's a double for me. That's why I've not quit. That's why I've never thought about quitting WuWa. No, never.
Starting to die down, it's starting to get boring. It's fine. You don't necessarily need to log in every day. You don't need to optimize everything. You're gonna miss a few summons, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
You're playing for the story anyway.
You're playing for the story, and that's totally fine. Yeah, 100%.
For us endgame players, that we really want to optimize everything, we get stressed out very easily by missing any kind of rewards.
Yeah.
So we start doing things like the shitty events that nobody would ever in their right mind do unless they give you summons.
Exactly.
And I feel for this type of player,
this happens so much in Honkai Star Rail, man. Genuinely, some of the events in there are an absolute slogfest. The reason why I'm using Star Rail is because the end games, like around 2.x period, were so good. Early 2.x end games were so fun. They were so fun to play. They really were. Just the right amount of power creep, just the right amount of challenge. They were so fun to play. They really, really were. And I cared about it. I cared about getting my characters, getting the teams built, getting the best teams. I cared about all that. But then it became sort of like this toxic obsession, like, I need the best units, I need the best teams. It went from caring to needing. And that's when it got me. And as they just said, right, nobody would play those events if they didn't give anything out. And some of those events, like when I was trying to accrue jades to basically get my stuff back, to try and get units to try and fill in the gaps in my teams after being out for long, it was a slog. It was such a slog, and it was horrible. Such a bad gaming experience, genuinely.
Really got to understand which games you want to commit to at endgame, because you've only got so much effort,
That's
much
true.
motivation, and it can't go into the endgame of every single game that comes out. And that is why I'm making these cuts today, because I'm playing 5 different games at the moment.
Too many,
And
again.
I'm going to cut 2 of them out. They're Onkai Star Rail, Chaos Zero Nightmare,
Oh,
Mongol Stardive, Art Knights Enfield, and Neverness to Everness. I'm making the cut of Enfield
okay.
because there's no endgame at the moment. We don't have any solid idea of what or when we're getting it, and
Okay.
what it's going to feel like. And I'm just not confident enough in the developers.
The thing is with Enfield, right? I think the character designs and the visuals are some of the best in gacha. And it was so good playing Enfield on release, just seeing all these models. But the problem is that I wanted to pull them all. It's like the pull economy should have been what NCE should have been, right? There's a clear emphasis on collection of units, but you can't collect them all. Because the units look so good that they can't not be collected, right? Like, I wanted Gilberta, then I wanted Yvonne just for a cryo team, and obviously I wanted Lavating because she was the first limited unit out. But I couldn't get them all, even on launch.
At the moment. They might surprise me, but I'm willing to stop playing every day and take a break and come back later when they can prove to me that the endgame is worth playing, that it's worth my time.
Yeah.
And the second game I'm actually removing is Mongol Stardive, because it is a great game. This game, story-wise, I would highly suggest you play this if you want a challenge.
Really?
Because the storyline is just boss fight to boss fight to boss fight. And
Nice,
the
okay.
boss fights are not a joke. They are actually quite challenging. And you will enjoy this experience going up to max level. But then once you're at max level, there's not really much to say about it. And it's a lot of grind, a lot of work, and it doesn't really feel satisfying. But the leveling experience was fantastic. So they're the 2 cuts I'm making. If you're also thinking about making a cut, what game did you cut and why? What was your process?
Basically, the reason... Okay, I understand this video now. And he has a valid point. The dog keeps trying to get up on the bed, but it's too high. Hang on. There you go. Go on the bed. On the bed, go on. She's been walking around the whole time while I'm watching that video, trying to get up on the bed, but it's too high. She's too scared of jumping up because she keeps slipping off because she's only tiny. But yeah, I think they raise a valid point, right? At the end of the day, some games, obviously, endgame versus story debate. Enfield does not have an endgame, let's be real. The endgame is terrible. Star Rail does, so you have to play it every single day. You have to maintain your account. If you don't care about the Star Rail story, I feel bad for you. Because if you just care about Star Rail endgames, that is one of the worst games to care about when it comes to caring about an endgame, right? It's really bad. I feel really sorry for you, man. Because that means if you don't care about the story, you're going to have to sit through that and skip it all the time. You're going to have to do all the events, make sure you get all the jades. It's a really bad way. I think caring about endgames is a really bad way to play a gacha. I think it is, right? Because at the end of the day, why do you do the end games? To get pulls. To pull for characters to do the end games. It's a vicious cycle. I think if you were how do I word this? If you only care about end games in a gacha and you don't care about the story at all, I think it is genuinely a matter of time before you become disillusioned with the game. I think that's my consensus. I mean, at the end of the day, you should play what you want to play. But I think 5 gachas is way too many. Play what you want, right? But just don't play too many. It's extremely unhealthy to play 5 gachas. I'd say even 3 is pushing it. Anything above 3 is no. 2 is the magic number, I say. 2 is. But again, it depends on how much you care about each game. So, yeah. Thanks to Grounded Gacha for that really thought-provoking video, actually. Because this is a topic that is always present. It's ever present in gacha, right? And I think they put it very well. So, I'm giving this video a Lucilla low cortisol emoji. There you go. There you go. Full-on image of Lucilla low cortisol. There you go. Oh, that was a good video, sorry. Thanks for sending that in. I saw it on my homepage, but I actually didn't look at it. Probably should have, right? Right, well, I think that is all that I've covered. That is all to cover today. The hell, why is that like that? Oh. Okay. That's weird. Why is that like that? I don't know. Oh, that's why. Wait. Holy shit. How long has it been like that for? How long has that... Oh, God, I'm going to have to do some cropping. That's fine. Well, that is all that I've got to cover today. A few big bits and a few small bits, and a good video to finish it off. I think that was a very good video. And, yes, thank you all so much for coming to the stream. I need... I need the toilet, I'll say that much. So, yeah, I'm going to go now. Keep an eye out for the highlights of this stream. Hopefully this doesn't get copyrighted by some guy that's pretending to own the music in the stream. And yes, thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you later. I'm going to get my NTE review out soon as well. I've done the story. I've finished that. And I've got some choice words to say. That's all I'll say. Not necessarily bad, but yeah. You'll see. You'll see. Right, see you guys later. Goodbye for now, guys. Goodbye.